but I need some lessons. I need to give it up. I try to live, but I can't. I don't know why you're the one. Turn me out of my mind. You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel on my body. Only you feel on my body.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And we're back. We are back with another Activated Mornings. In studio, you have myself, Dianna, and Roleza as well. So sorry, let's take that again. In studio, you have myself, Dianna, and Roleza, and we are joined live by Miss Shafiqua Maloney and Mr. Handal Roban. We will be conducting an interview, the 2024 Paris Olympics experience. So we're gonna give them about five Roleza seconds this morning, or the same 10 Roleza seconds to join us. So get ready.
They're there. Yeah.
Oh no, not Shafiq and Handal.
Oh, you mean persons on the live? Oh, all right. So yes, we are already live on Facebook and YouTube, but we know we have the listening audience, so we would go ahead, right?
Okay,
so
then.
yes. All right. So good morning, Handal, and good morning, Shafiqua.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
You're muted, Shafiqua.
Your mic is muted, bro.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
And y'all just made me light up there with that. I had bright smile on my face because I just seen a Vinci flag representing, and I felt like, boy, I should have put on a Vinci shirt this morning. I really should have. But we represent it with
yes, we got the color. I love Handal's shirt too.
Yeah. So how are you guys doing though? How are you guys doing?
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a truck hit me because I got back like yesterday or the day before.
So you're in Vinci?
Nah, I'm back in school.
Okay. And Shafiqua?
I'm back in Arkansas, but I leave again on like probably the 19th because I gotta go back up to Europe to compete.
Okay. So you're both a bit jet lagged at this time then, or maybe just tired overall.
Better than Handal because I got back to the U.S. last week Thursday. So.
Okay.
By himself.
Okay. All right. So yes, we are very proud and very happy to have both of you here on this live with us. And you know that many persons in SVG, I want to believe all of SVG, are so immensely proud of both of you. But let me just extend it to all the persons who took part in the 2024 Olympics who represented St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's just that this morning's interview, we are dealing with those who participated in the athletics part of it. All right. So for persons who may not have heard of your backstory, just give us a little bit of background information as to who both of you are. Let's see, ladies first. So Shafiqua, you would go first. Handal, you understand, right?
Well, I'd rather be. All right. My name is Maloney. I'm from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Richland Park, to be exact. My mom is Jessica Maloney, and my dad is Dale Otley, also known as Country, or whatever they call him down there. I went to the Thomas Sanders. Well, I went to the Richland Park Government School, and then I went to the Thomas Sanders Secondary School for like 3 years, and then I moved to St. Kitts. Netball was my first love. Was the first sport I played. I also played for the national team, and then track was it probably after about 2013 or so, 2012. I went to the Olympics in 2021, and then back in 2024. So kind of been out here a bit. I don't know what else I need to tell these folks.
That's fine. All right, Handal.
Well, my name is Handal Roban. I'm from Byra. I used to go to Pamelarsburg Primary School. I went to Georgetown Secondary for a while. Then I went to St. Vincent Grammar School, and then eventually I went to school in Jamaica College. My mom is Vanessa Roban, and yeah, that's really important. That's really it, to be honest. My first love was cricket. I don't even know I ended up doing track. Oh, thanks to Ralston Morgan. But I wasn't really interested in track. I was more into cricket.
All right.
Oh.
So you both have me curious here. Then why the switch?
It was Mr. Oliver, who was like my coach half of my career. He wasn't too fond of the netball. Netball is hard on the body, the knees, the back. He saw potential in me, and in order to get to where think I could get to, he was like, you can't be playing the netball as much. I mean, I still played. I realized, hey, track is gonna take me farther than netball. And I played up until I went to college, because then I didn't have.
Okay, you're breaking up just a little. Could you repeat that again, Shafiqua?
Oh, I was saying that up until I went to college, but those years it wasn't as serious as the years that I went. So it was probably rare. Like, where you trying to go, you can't be playing netball because it's not good on the body, the ankles, the back, the knees. So I had to make a choice.
Okay. All right, a Handal for you. Why this switch?
For me is as soon as I went to grammar school, it was hard to do both sports, and Ralston Morgan was like, you have to make a choice, and automatically I think track chose me because I still try to do both, but it wouldn't. Well, the practices and when cricket was going on wouldn't allow me to do track at the same time. So I just went in track, and I ended up went to Carifta Games, and I won my first gold medal. And I was like, well, I think that sorted out itself. So that's where I'm going.
Okay.
All right then. All right. Thank you, Shafiqua. Thank you, Handal. How long have you been doing athletics? Because you didn't start off doing athletics, you changed along the way. How long have you been doing it now?
I started when I was 11. I think I took it serious like my first year at Thomas Sanders. That's when I started my first year in Thomas Sanders.
Okay. Handal?
For me, I started serious when I went to grammar school, so like 2018. Before I used to like compete in sports day, and I know my teachers in Josh used to be like, come run, and I used to like, no, find some pretty boy thing.
If only you knew. If only you knew.
And if only you knew the pretty boy thing and being an athletic and participating in the Olympics to get you this far,
Well, I guess you know now. So, but after that, I was like, I guess I have to take it seriously now. So ever since that, I made a big commitment to go to Jamaica, which was kind of scary, but I think that's when my biggest progression started happening, and then I ended up got a scholarship to the University of Penn State. So.
Okay, all right. So my next question was actually going to be for both of you to tell me of your journey from SVG up to the point of participating in the Olympics. So Handal, you could probably go this time first.
Sure, no doubt. So after Carifta 2018, there was Carifta 2019 when I got third in Cayman, and I was like, I want to be better. I want to be good as everyone else in the Caribbean first. And staying in St. Vincent would not be the case. That's why I try to help or urge any upcoming athlete to leave St. Vincent as soon as possible. Like, we do have the resources now, but the thing is, it is not competitive to get you to the next level. And people fail to realize that. And some people are not willing to open their mind to that. But after that, I went to Jamaica. I competed in champs. And when I went to the first year, I'm like, damn, this is different. This is, you have to commitment. You have to commit to training. You have to commit to everything, the way you eat, the way you sleep. And you have to do school at the same time. So that opened my mind to like say, you gotta apply yourself different and be different. And ever since that, I have this mentality where I want to be as good as the world. So my thing is each year, once I'm PRing, I run faster and I'm catching up to the world, then that's good for me. So ever since then, I started 2018 at 155 in my 800, and every year I've progressed either 2 seconds or 1 second or a little slower than that, but I've progressed it. Even though I didn't run as fast this year, I still progressed. So the thing for me is, once I'm progressing, it shows that I'm catching up to the world. May not be as fast as Fifi, but we get in there.
Indeed. So when you left here, though, was it on a scholarship? Because you're saying that you're advising persons to
Yeah,
leave, but then
it
what's
was
it?
it was on a scholarship.
Okay. And the scholarship came through the efforts of your coach?
No, actually, the thing is, it's easier for people now because we already made the link. So the first few persons was, I think Desiree was the first person initially, but then I went, and then there was me, Kishroy, Romar, Uroy, and then after that, a lot of more people followed us. But the thing is that when you go there, it's not easy, and people, I tell them before they go, I'm like, yo, it's not easy, but if you do it, yeah, I get better. And if you commit to it, you're going to get better. Like Amal has gotten better, Uroy gotten better, like everyone has gotten better, but they committed to it and they believe in it. So that's just the big difference. Oh, sorry about that. That's just a big difference about all of that. It's just committing and believing. For me, the coach reached out to me, but now it's like the coach. Remember, the coach is so close. He will reach out to me and be like, "Yo, is there anyone in St. Vincent that you think is pretty good that's gonna, make it to the next level?"
Yeah, that's good.
So
That's good. And Fifi, what has your journey been?
Okay, so I took track serious my first year in Thomas Sanders, which was like 2011, 11 or 2010, somewhere around there. And I stayed there for my first year or two. I trained with Mr. Harry, and then after that, I was training with Mr. Michael Oliver. And then when I got to third form, we made the decision to go to St. Kitts for a better environment in terms of home and all that stuff. Go to St. Kitts and to finish out the rest of my high school career there. So Mr. Oliver arranged for me to go to St. Kitts and stay with Janice Daly for the latter half of my high school. When I got up there, I had to stay back an extra year in school because they start their fourth form work in third form, and in St. Vincent we do that in fourth form. So when I went there, I had to go back, start over. I thought I probably would have been done with school a lot earlier, but everything happens for a reason. And so while there, each year was different. My first year, I got my butt tore up and down the street, which was okay. And then I learned and understood what life was like in terms of track, Izikits, and Davis. And then I think my last year there, I won like all the events that I did. I was in the javelin, the long jump, the 1500, the 800, the 400, and I won all of them. And I got like victory Sidorium stuff. But later that year, I ran 54.8, and at Southern Illinois University that used to train with my coach in St. Kitts. And so he reached out to the coaches there, told them about me, and then they reached out to me. And so we made the decision to go to Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. And then after like my first 2 years there, which the last year I won there again. I think I was in the 2 to 4, won the 4x1 and the 4x4. And it was an environment where I wanted more out of track, and I wasn't going get it there. I think what a lot of kids don't understand is so when you go to college, there are different types of environment. There are environments where everyone is on the track team because it helps to pay for school. Those were the type of people I did not want to be around. And so, I entered the transfer portal. I email coaches. Sometimes you have to go out your way, put your pride aside, and emailing everyone. But and so Auburn reached out, Ohio schools reached out. Gotta go out there. But the school that did not answer me is the school that I went to. Coach Harder was the head coach at the time. I answered my email, but coach already in the conference that school from Barbados. He actually tried to get to his school, but I did not go. And so he knew the head coach, the assistant head coach at the University of Arkansas, which is my current coach now, Chris Johnson. And he reached out to me. And so he was in the line of visits that I wanted to go to. So how it works in the US is the coaches reach out and you agree on, okay, I'm interested. You go on a visit and you told the school, the facilities, everything. You meet academic advisors, coaches, sometimes some of the teammates that you're going to be around. And so my first visit was supposed to be Ohio State, but I missed that visit. God. My second visit was Auburn, and then my third visit was the University of Arkansas. And I went to the University of Arkansas. I spoke to Coach Johnson. I seen the facilities, and I was just like, this is gonna be my home. Even before I knew what the school, before I went there, I didn't know that the school was at such a high level in terms of track and field. Like, they did not play around it, and it wasn't until like halfway through training I realized what I was in, and I was not ready my first year. But I went to the University of Arkansas on a visit, and I was just like, this is my home. The people, Coach Johnson. One of the biggest things that Coach Johnson we spoke about was life after college. A lot of coaches do not have a vision for life after college, but maybe now they do that. They see how the Olympics and everything is going. But we spoke a lot about, we're not just training for college, we're not just training for conference, we're training for after college, the Olympics, World Championships, whatever you have to do. That's what we're also training for. And so that was one of the biggest things that had me so because I was interested in a life after college, going to the Olympics and stuff. And so after that visit, I was just like, this is my home. And I canceled all my other visits. That's how I ended up at the University of Arkansas.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's great that both of you were able to live and train in different islands, different countries. So, can you tell us, some of the similarities and all the differences between your training in these different countries?
Do I get to go first now?
You can.
Well, then as everybody know, we track, trained on the grass a lot, and track wasn't competitive in St. Vincent. I remember a couple of times I go to inter school and it's just us, um, all the other feeding and probably two or three parents in the stand. I know my daddy was always one of them. And so the atmosphere for track down here, it was not, and it wasn't until I left because I thought we was doing the thing down here, and I got to St. Kitts and I realized that we were not. But I went to St. Kitts and they had a track there, but I also trained on the grass, but I had access to a track whenever needed. And I think one of the biggest things were like distancing. It's a smaller country than we are, so like my distance training and school, it was all in the same area. Like I walk from home, go to school, and where I train was like right next to the school. In St. Vincent, I had to catch a van, go downtown, and then after school, I got to go to Annisville, and then after I got to catch a van from Annisville back to that town, and then catch a van and go home. So that by the time I reach home, what 9 o'clock in the night, my granny argue with me because I come home from school, it allowed me to, get to everywhere I needed to without, being home late or whatever the case. So even if practice finished late, like you're not gonna walk home and the fields had like floodlights. So like 8 o'clock in the night, whatever was needed and it's okay. Um and it also had like I think a lot of the schools and stuff had a lot more access to gyms. In St. Vincent, I was lifting weights, not weights using the machines in the little weight room in down. I don't even remember what it's called, but it was just lifting machines, and I got in kits, and I was actually lifting weights with like barbells and stuff. So we had a lot of access to a lot more stuff and competition. It was competitive in St. Kitts. Like you go to the track, the stadium, and I tell you, like it's nothing compared to champs, but by parents from all the others like coming out, and it's just like it was crazy. And so the atmosphere was a lot different and the competitiveness. So I think, are we including college too?
Yeah.
College is a whole different ball game out there. It's a whole different ball game. When so Southern Illinois is in the Missouri Valley Conference, and that probably was like equivalent to track in St. Vincent at the time. But when I got to Arkansas, I talking about the SEC. Literally every year you have times that were made. And my first year, I learned that, and then eventually I got to the college.
You're partially breaking up there. Let's take that last line again.
Who feel like me have seen some new internet, man?
I see why y'all are good friends. Anyhow, I think I could probably just repeat that last part.
I was saying, like in college, you're a athlete, so everything is geared towards allowing you to be the best student athlete possible. So track is geared around school. You go to classes in the day. I think a lot of schools. Well, I know this at the University of Illinois, we lift weights in the morning, like at 7 o'clock or whatever the case is, and then you go to class, do what you need to do, and then practices are like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But the college system is different from high school in the Caribbean, where you're there for how many hours it is. Some days in college you only have one about the rest of your day. Everything is provided for you. Bags, shoes. Well, it depends on if you're on scholarship, but they provide bags, shoes that you need, your spikes, your regular running shoes, clothes, uh, money for rent, food. Most schools have a cafeteria for athletes where they could go eat, and they have, room and everything you need to be the best athlete that you can be, and coaches that work together. I know each college has a coach, and each coach is specific to a. I think that's one of the biggest things that are different from the Caribbean. You have like one coach trying to coach 5, which I don't think is very effective. Um, Collegiate system, you have coaches that coach different events and they work together. You have a sprints coach, you have a distance coach, you have a throws coach, and I think that's a better system. And I don't think that's a system that.
Okay, so we lost you. We lost you again, Shafiqua. Don't do it, Handal. Handal, behave. Shafiqua, we're not hearing you.
We're seeing the threats, but we're not hearing you.
Can you?
It's breaking up a little bit.
My bad. Right, put the data on. Handle it now.
All right, Hannah, maybe we could have you answer that question now then.
Ufu. But it's different. Well, in Jamaica, it's way different because that's like experience in a Olympics or World Champs, and I say that because in terms of environment, like the school invests in you. Like in grammar school, it's kind of easy for me because I had Miss Olivier, I had the staff, and I had Ross and Morgan because they're into the sport. So they help. I think that's the reason why grammar school and Central Leeward wins inter school so much because they're so invested in the sport. So the thing is, in Jamaica now, they're investing the sport all in. Like when you wake up, you have training early in the morning, and then they make sure you go to school. So we live literally walking distance, or some of us lives on dorm, which is literally in the school compound, so you can't miss school. Some people still miss school, but I can't really see how that's possible. But we were walking distance, and they made sure we had everything we needed, like vitamin supplements, and like they were just invested in the sport. And that's why you see Jamaicans do so much better than the rest of the Caribbean. Well, St. Vincent I could speak for. Is because like they actually invest in the sport, and they want something for the kids because it gives them more exposure. Because at Champs is like really big. There's like 50,000 people in the stadium watching you run, just screaming at you. You're on the start line. All you're hearing is JC, KC, Calabar, and all this. And as soon as the gun busts, you can't hear anything else because all you hear is the horns, pot cover, and that's just people screaming at you, supporting you. And that's just high school. So, with you being in high school exposed to that, you're either becoming a star or you become timid and you don't do anything in your life. But for most part, most people come a star or progress, go professional, or go on to the next level and go to college. So I think the biggest thing really and truly is the support, the competition, and like how invested they are, to be honest. It's the same with college that Fifi said. I'm in a Power 5 conference just as competitive as Fifi, and sometimes it takes probably near to your PR to make the finals or just to make NCs. But like all these places have like good facilities, like even if they don't have a certain facility, they still find a way to like figure out how to still get the athletes what they need without like complaining. Because at the end of the day, with track and field, how much you put in is how much you're gonna get out. So if you don't put nothing in, you can't expect nothing out of it. And that's what people fail to realize. So that's why I'd be saying like, cool, we're performing good now. Imagine if like you actually take your time out and invest. As my grandmother always say, what you reap is what you sow you reap. So
All right, Handal.
I think I'm around you too long, Fifi.
All right. So in terms of so if you had to say, let's say three for both of you, three top things that you would like to see improved with regards to athletics here in SVG, what would be your top three?
For me, one in terms, I'll say support in terms of from funds and also from like official in charge. That's all I'm gonna say. Because um from fans, like I ain't gonna lie to you. When I saw all them people shouting for us at the Olympics, I'm like, damn, we small but we tell our I say, yo, yeah, like that actually boosts your confidence. Like just hearing the encouragement and that type of stuff, like that help people to like push to the next level and give it their all, leave it on the track. So that's one of the things for me, to be honest. Like I don't know about Fifi, but Fifi.
I second you on that first one. Sure. I don't think the sport or kids in the country who has ambition to get to where we are would get there unless we have more support from the government, the people in the country, and the governing body of the sport. I think that's one of the biggest things. Um, Another thing I would like to see is just coaches working together. I think if they treat the country like one big, then have athletes, because that's the difference between these countries and the collegiate system and why they're able to have athletes perform, because in a school system all the coaches work together, everybody know their down to the T and what it takes to make athletes in each event. You don't have a sprints coach trying to coach distance our distance coach trying to coach our distance coach trying to coach the throwing events. And so I think if we treat the country as one big school and all the coaches work together to get the, because at the end of the day is not about, it's about the country, not about each coach. This is my athlete or whatever the case is. It's about the country. So if you treat the country like a school and each coach work together to get the country to where it could be, I think we would be in a better place. And support from kids, because I know a lot of kids growing up had to quit track because, you know, my mom don't want me running, or not even just that, but it's in Vincent, and it's hard to catch vans on the evening time, and it might not be. Oh, I knew my daddy was mad sometimes. I'm whoopings because child child on the streets at like 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock in the night coming home, but at the same time, it's a sacrifice that has to be made because of the country that we live in. And so, if you need to go to the track with them and make sure they get home safely, don't just you can't go back to practice because you're coming home late. Go with them to the track. Problems. And so I think if we have much better support from the parents and not have a mindset of, oh, I can't deal with this or whatever the case is, then you can't run track no more. And I think I don't know how this works out, but like either coaches, government, or everybody put something in place, because I know a lot of families have hard times and they just have enough money to send kids to school, get lunch or whatever the case is, but they don't have extra, to pay the passage to go wherever they need to go to come training and come back home. So, if there's a system where they have a bus or something that takes each athlete to practice or whatever the case is and drop them home after, where, parents don't have to worry about finding extra money to go pay for bus, and I don't think it's getting any cheaper last time I went home. So, just have a system where, each athlete is catered for, whether it's transportation, food, and shoes to the athletes and stuff. And I think we would be in a better place, because I know with one thing with Jamaica, they have companies, especially like Adidas and Puma, that provides school shoes to the school for athletes and stuff. And I know we're not there yet. We could have been there a long time.
Not
Track.
also that, but like local governing bodies also help them, like Grace Kennedy. So like all those type of stuff, Digicel, Flow, like those people invested
That's
and
another.
they help out too.
I would like to see businesses step up. Privates. It don't take much. A little $5 here, there, or everywhere, or just a little investment into the youth and stuff. Because when you see us out here, it's not easy. There's a lot that goes into what we do. Nutrition is very important. Food is very important. The things that I know, me personally, because I run the 800. I have to switch my shoes out every couple of weeks. If I don't have the proper shoes, my Achilles is gone, my ankles, and now I can't train. So I think everybody needs to have a better as well as to what it takes to be a world class athlete out here. But I think those are the few things we would like to see change, and we clearly have the talent. Me and Handel out here running with the big dogs with so little. I think that shows to us as Vincentians, we are always able to get a lot done with a little bit. But why do that? Have the opportunity to get a lot more done without. Don't just because I think it's the life we grew up. We've always learned to do it out or do it a little bit.
Yeah. Use what we got.
But progressing, the years are changing, and I think we have the resources to take track to another level.
Okay. All right. So we do have to take. Handel, you wanted to add something else to this?
Sure. In terms of like the coaches working together, I would say like they should probably form an organization where every coach have a specific event they work on, because everyone is good in certain like disciplines. Like there's a sprint coach, there's Pamela's Bantan who's good in distance. I mean Morgan is good in middle distance. Chester Morgan is good in sprints. Mercy is good in sprints. Like I think if everyone comes together and work as one and just put pride aside, like I don't care who gets offense after this, but if you guys just put your pride aside and work together and put the athletes first and think about their future and how it would benefit them, and eventually everyone will be benefit in the long run, then I think we will be like among the rest of the Caribbean in terms of like going to character games, getting a lot of medals. So that's just a big thing. Just putting our pride aside and invest.
And as Shafiqua said, we have to look at it as the nation being represented collectively.
Exactly.
All right. All right. So we do have to take a quick break at this time. So we will be back in about 3 minutes to continue our interview with Shafiqua Maloney and Handal Roban, 2024 Paris Olympics, their experience. All right. So we'll be back very shortly.
Saints and grenadines, it's a whole new world out there. Reaching new customers and getting products faster. That's what it's all about. Ocean freight rates are skyrocketing, so don't pay more for slower service. It's time to switch to faster, more reliable air cargo service with SkyMax Cargo. Up to 3 flights weekly to and from the USA, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean islands. Providing excellent import, export, and e-commerce solutions to put you ahead of the competition. For special low rates on small packages and air cargo, contact SkyMax today. 784-456-5400. Local agents SwiftPack Interprime Cargo. Call 784-456-5400 to book your shipments today. It's back to school with Ford's Optical. Get frames and lenses for children of all ages, starting at only $299. Shop now and pay later with 25% off credit and 20% off cash purchases, so you can get ready for back to school with ease. Book your appointments online at fordsoptical.com. Ford's Optical. Value you can see. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you want to feel clean, refreshed after using the bathroom, whether at home, work, or play? Welcome to My Smart Toilet Seats. All of our products wash your private parts after using the bathroom without the use of your hands. Let's hear what our national table tennis champion, Damian Dublin, has to say.
I tried it and it works. There are 4 options. Simply add an attachment to your existing toilet seat, or choose a non-electric seat, or better, an electric seat that washes and dries you with warm water and air. Lastly, get a complete smart toilet that also flushes itself. What are you waiting for? Get your smart toilet seat today. Be smart, be refreshed, be clean, be a winner like me.
Our smart toilet seat is available throughout St. Vincent at retail outlets with the orange flags. You can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website at justwashit.vc.
WEFM 99.9, home of quality programming. A source of reliable news and information. Home of legendary voices and music. WEFM 99.9, the clean first sound. Visit us online at www.999wefm.com or call 457-9994. WEFM 99.9, the clean first sound.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean fresh sound. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, not me saying good morning again. Welcome back. Welcome back to our Activated Mornings. We are live on Facebook with Handal Roban and Shafiqua Maloney, and we're talking about the 2024 Paris Olympics experience right here on WEFM. So we're just going to go right back into our session because we know we are dealing with time. Right back in. And the first question I have for both of you, we know that you have your personal supporters, your whatever you do. And Shafiqua, there are several clippings of you in your interviews where you're mentioning, getting the strength from God, and you big up God all the time, right? So my question to both of you, what is that particular strength, whether it's an inner strength or something from outside that you always keep in your mind to help you to keep going, even in those moments when you really feel like, boy, don't feel like I'm gonna make it, or you just want to stop? If there are those moments, what is that particular thing that keeps you going?
Uh,
Okay, so Shafika, we're not hearing you again.
uh,
We're not here. Okay,
can you hear me now?
I
Go
heard you
ahead.
when you said, "Can you hear me now?"
Okay. Well, since having mic is muted, I will go first. You heard that?
Yeah, we heard that. Go ahead.
Uh, for me personally, like everybody already know, I had a hard time, a very, very, very hard time last season when I started practice, and it was working. Seeing other people around me, the coach, it just wasn't working out, and you know, I've, I've, I knew about God, but I didn't know, I didn't know the Heavenly Father like I should. Um, and I was at rock bottom, and I had one choice: just surrender everything to Him. And so I made the choice, like, you ain't got nothing to lose. And everything you've tried is it's not helping out. And so I was just like, you gotta be all in. You gotta be all in. But once I started finding out about the Lord, I found out about the peace that He gives, peace that surpasses all understanding, peace through the chaos. And once I started experiencing that, it was just like, I like this. Like, your whole world will be crumbling around you, but for some reason, your mind is at peace, your heart is at peace with everything that is happening. Because now you trust God and trust that, things might not be looking great right now, but eventually He will see you through everything. And I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy. It was not easy. We're humans, and sometimes we fall back into the flesh, and I did a lot of times. And some days I just like, I can't do this no more, because it's hard when you're training and you don't know what dinner. It's hard when you're training and your body's hurting and you don't have what you need to go get a massage or go see the chiropractor and stuff. So I had points where I was just like, I can't do this no more. Track is not easy. It's hard on the body. I've had days when I've got done practicing and I could barely walk, but there's nothing I could do about it. And some days I just had to go home and cry to the Heavenly Father and pray for healing over my body, because that's all I could do. And so after I realized, like, God is with me, that I don't need anything else. I had everything I needed in God. It was easier for me to lean on the people around me now. When my coach tell me, "Hey, you got this. You can't give up." When my teammates are motivating me in practice, I think the first choice I had to do was, trust and believe in God, and then I was able to see everyone else that was around me that I could lean on. And last year I made up my mind. I knew it was gonna be hard because I was in a position where I couldn't work legally, and I didn't have any help, and I was just like, I don't know. It's hard for me to give up, especially on something I love to run, and like
Good.
apart from all, you love to run to make it. You make it this far sometimes. Like my mom would tell you, my dad. Every time I get sent somewhere, I'm running. My dad, I was always running everywhere. But I personally love to run. I was just like, I made up my mind like last year, like get a contract, and if things don't go well, like, I'm done with track. But before that happens, I'm gonna give everything I have. I'm gonna make the sacrifice and give everything I had. And so sometimes I had to remember the promise that I made myself, that this is it, this is the last one. But it can't be the last one if you don't give everything you have. And so every time I stepped on the track, that was the only thing I had control of. I ain't had control over when I eat or when I got myself, but I had control over the effort I put out when I went to the track. And when I went to the track, you best believe all the pain and everything I was feeling, I just let it all out there. And so, each day, each week, some days, out of anger, out of anger, some days I just go to the track and it's just like, this is what you got to do today. Because it's hard when, you're asking for help and you're not getting help. And it's just like, man, these folks, you got to care now. Like, and I got to a point I was just like, why am I training so hard to represent a country that's not even, caring about me. Like, and out of anger, like, you know what? You gotta show up. You gotta show up for you. And I had to learn for me. And I think that's one of the biggest changes I had to make. If it was for, anything else, it'd just be straight anger, and that was not gonna get me anywhere. But sheer determination, the people around God, I had to keep my eyes on God in the Word and praying and worshiping. And I also had to find me a community in Christ that prayed. I have times when I couldn't walk because of my back. I had days when my back was like at a 90-degree angle at night, and I just had to have people pray over me. And so shout out to my community in Christ, Chi Alpha Ministries on campus. They did their thing. Trust me, prayers are powerful. I've had days I couldn't walk and I get prayed over, and things are a lot better. So I'm going to turn it over to my friend Shandal.
All right, Fufu. Well, I can relate to Fufu when she said
Y'all ridiculous,
I can't relate to Fufu when she said she run everywhere she go, because, as I said, pretty boy thing. But my biggest support is basically the thing that kept me going is God, because I believe in God. I grew up in a church. My grandmother is the mother of a church. So if I wanted to go to church or not, I had to. And as I got older, I was like, okay, now I understand why I had to do this. And like with God in your life, as Fufu said, like things feel easy and you're at peace. Like the noise around you is blocked out and you could focus on what you want to do and control the things you can control. So the thing with me is I walk by faith, not by sight. So I control the things that I could control. Anything else that I can't control, that ain't bothering me. That's not my problem. I take everything one day at a time, one step at a time. And for me, I feel like everyone that supported me and who has believed in me from day one, I owe it to them that I see it through the end. Even some days when I feel like quitting, enough time me I go text Fufu and say, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm done with this, But at the end of the day, I always remember why I started it, the people who support me, and what I could gain from it. So those are really the things that keep me going. And to be honest, I don't like being a failure, much less a loser. So just those things just keeps me driving hungry. And for me, I think I could be as good as everybody else in the world. And I've shown time after time. I mean, I've won gold medals, I have won medals, I have been among the best. And I have beaten people faster than me. So it's like, who am I not to believe?
Oh Lord, y'all make me want to play some violence in the background here, right? So the thing is, one of the things as well. So persons are sending their congratulations to you guys on your live. So we have many persons behind you. Kojo saying he's proud of you. This is Shafiqua. You're his girl. Asha is saying congratulations to you. Several persons on the live, and they're saying they're your inspiration, as well as the Attorney General. Mr. Granville Williams, he's also saying that he's very proud of you both and to keep working at your craft, right? So we know that you have a lot of support and time is upon us, but I really wanted to get this question out to both of you. Yes, over the period of months, I would want to say like months coming down to it, there was a lot of push and a lot of support behind both of you. We know that you guys participated in the 2024 Olympics, and I want to believe that your intention would be to participate in the 2028 Olympics in LA, right? I need for you to send a direct message to persons who have been behind you, both, just in a relative personal capacity, as well as your sponsors, because as you guys have mentioned over and over again, it's not easy, right? It's not easy mentally, especially financially. And if you guys have done us so proud, we are so proud of you. And a lot of that came from the support that you received in terms of coming down to the end. But it's going to take another 4 years before we see you again on that world stage. So I'm allowing you to
do have world champs next year.
Say that again?
World champs next year.
All right. Okay. Right. So it's other athletic competitions. So it's going to be an ongoing process. So what
Yeah.
message do you wish to send out to everybody at this point in time?
Fufu, you wanna go first? 'Cause you got a long list, you know.
Handal.
You got it, Fufu.
Fifi, Fufu, Shafiqua.
Fufu, we'll get the line.
I think most of all, first to the good Lord. That's my big first shot. Anybody else come after him? But careers, Hazel's, and ECGC. I think those was two of the first private companies to help me. Shout out to you guys. I think after that help, I was able to get a roof over my head. That was the biggest things. The government for reaching out. Swiftback, KFC, and else I'm missing. But everybody else from the business sector. Oh, Islands water. Yeah, can't forget my water. Where do I start? Renita Peters. When I made my first plea last year in 2023, he reached out. And since then, even when things got hard, she stuck by me. She's still sticking by me, as a lot of you know. My coach, Kristen, who kept motivating me even when I felt like giving up. That man worked 2 years and a half without, and I don't think anybody in St. Vincent worked 2 years and a half without paying. So to him for stepping up and still being, even though he wasn't being paid for it. My mom, who made a lot of sacrifices, Jessica Maloney, also known as Alicia Maloney. Every time she loses her passport.
Okay,
We lost that part, so you're gonna have to say it again.
Come, Fifi, get it together, man.
My mom made a lot of sacrifices. I think of all her help pay for my visa stuff.
Oh Lord, big shout out to your mama. We're not even hearing it properly. Try it one more time.
Alisa, Jessica Maloney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, name on Facebook, Alisa Maloney. Every time she password, she make a new account. So he got a new account. Naomi, one of my best friends, and her parents who bought me groceries every now and again. Lately, Michelle Hanby and her family. Lisa and Tim Petty. I think they were. I had a couple hours on the streets, and they were one of the first persons to put a roof over my head for 2 months. It was either a month or two. So shout out to Lisa and Tim Petty, family, friends, my training partners. And just everybody, I can't call everybody, it's a laundry list, everyone, but everybody who sent messages and supported me, it helped a lot. Prayers, everything, monetary, and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. How can I forget the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Shout out to everyone who has been supporting us. It means a lot. It gives a lot of joy and pride when we part of us. It makes us want to go out there and just.
And the internet again. This internet is not allowing you to be great, Shafiqua.
Fufu, I send her something.
We're not hearing again.
Did you hear the story of St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
We heard that, Pat. Yes, we did. We did. That would have summed it up.
His time to shine.
Fufu, I send her? No worry, man. I send her some internet. Just send me your address. I'm gonna ship it to you. I'm gonna like what I got for your friend. But first and foremost, I'd like to thank God. My sponsors, Alan Sips, ECGC. Big up on yourself for believing and supporting. Ralston Morgan, who really believed in me to do track. I know why, because this run up and down thing kind of hard still.
As a pretty boy, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Someone who also played a big part in my life was Dai Kato. May he rest in peace. He always believed in me and always supported me. And he always told me to go for what I want. the sky is not the limit. There's something beyond the sky. My coach from Jamaica, Dwayne Johnson, his wife, my old training group in Jamaica, my whole JC alumni staff, St. Vincent Grammar School, GHS, Georgetown Secondary School. That's the GHS. What? Not the GHS.
Yes.
But Georgetown Secondary School, even my primary school, my mom, my stepdad, and the girlie, who has basically been my father figure ever since growing up. My grandparents, who has, helped me grow into the person I am and show me that there's more to life than I think. Like, everyone in my circle, like, I can't shout out everyone, but everyone who knows they have been there for me from day one. Miss Ross, like everyone, the whole grammar school staff, like, you guys have played a very big part in my life in terms of becoming the person I am today and how I see life. And can't forget King. But I just want to thank everyone for like supporting us and believing in us to this day. And don't forget, next year is World Indoors, World Champs. And also, in a few weeks or a few days is World Under 20. And we have athletes that's going to be there. So we got to support same way. And then next year is Carifta again. So, like, we ain't done yet. We ain't got to wait until 4 years, 2028.
Good.
This is the year where we start supporting and, get a little thing going. So we could actually see more people.
I need to win the black. Shout out to Bandit for the fight.
Bandit.
Shout out to Bandit.
Yeah, them guys were fire though.
I forget to Handal made me realize I've been so caught up with president the past couple of years. I want to thank Mr. Harry Thomas Sanders and Mr. Michael Oliver for, seeing in me what I couldn't see in myself. He always told me, I think he had plans for the 400 hurdles, but that didn't work out. But, he's my guardian over there. And Mr. Sons was my coach there. I just realized as an athlete, you can't forget your foundation. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if those folks hadn't taken a chance on me and seen in me what I didn't see in myself. And so shout out for you guys for, seeing whatever you saw when I was young, because I surely couldn't see. And so thank you very much to all the people. And I just pray that now that you see that we have what it takes to make it on the world stage, that we would have a lot more support from the private sector, the governing body of the sport, and just everyone in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
All right, so we say that again, Handal?
I said a small support goes a long way.
It do.
All right, so we have to wrap up this interview, but just two quick things from off of the live. So one person is Audrey Gittins is asking, would both of you be selling T-shirts? I suppose some merch. You have? Okay, so could you have as well, Handal?
I think my mom do, but I'll have to get back to you guys.
Check Maris on Facebook. Just go on her profile and scroll, or the Shafiqua Maloney OLY page. We've been selling T-shirts since before. Contact Maris, Renita Peters Maris. Yeah, she gets you squared away.
Okay, so Renita Peter Morris and your personal Facebook page would have that information, right? That's what you're saying?
LY page.
Okay. All right. All right. And another question here is Shafiqua coming to the Vinci Day picnic in New York on Saturday. The people are looking forward to meet and greet her. Okay.
We'll get the lions.
All right. Gonna play all right. So Shafiqua and Handal. So as we wrap up this interview, I think one of the things I want to leave with by saying this. You see that interaction between both of you, and I've listened to interviews with both of you addressing each other as big sister, little brother. And I realize that you both have been that strength and support to each other throughout this entire journey. And even here on the program, during this interview, I can see it. And it seems like a natural sibling type of interaction. And, it's always good. I know that you guys have your own persons who are supporting, like external persons who are supporting you, but because you both are in it together, being that support to each other is really tremendous, and it's really great to see. So looking to see that it keeps that way and it continues, right?
You
You sound like a very brother. That's a very brotherly response.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank God your mic is not working because we can't hear you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for having us. And
Yeah.
it was nice speaking to you guys.
You're very welcome.
Woof,
And
woof. Go get the lion.
You know what?
She's going to text you directly after this interview. I can tell she is going to be messaging you.
I am going back to sleep after this interview. That's where I am going.
All right. So again, to both Handal and Shafiqua, congrats on your accomplishments, that flag that you're carrying that we're seeing this morning. We are tremendously proud of both of you. And we are going to be behind you both in spirit, and those that can, in terms of financial assistance as well, right? I'm hoping that comes through because you have left your mark, right? You both have left your mark.
Indeed. I am just want to add, I really enjoy your jovial spirit, and like Roleza, I enjoy the relationship that you guys have. I have a question, and I feel like we already know the answer, but I still have to ask. Have you ever raced each other?
Yes, we did in the bandit photo shoot, and I beat him.
Why would you say that though?
Yeah.
Why would you go there and say that?
Because that's what a big sister would do, right? So again, thanks very much, guys, for being here with us. And I'm sure this is not going to be our last interview with you. So take care and have a good one. Handal, get your rest. And Shafiqua, not sure what you're going to be up to, but have a great one today.
She's going to trend to die now. Have fun. All right, bye.
Bye-bye. All right. And that concludes our interview with Shafiqua Maloney and Handal Roban, two of our athletic participants in this year's 2024 Olympics. And we are a few minutes behind, but we are going to jump right into our ECCB currency exchange rates at this time.
99.9 WEFM.